Hello friends, welcome back to Technique. In this video, we'll be talking about the detailed camera review of the latest device from Vivo in the budget segment, the Vivo T4x. Now, Vivo T4x has been launched in India for a price starting around 12,999 and it comes with a 50 megapixel AI camera. So let's see how good the camera experience is on this device for the price segment it is being offered. So before going into the camera review, if this is your first time on this channel, do consider hitting the red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first let's talk about the camera hardware. Now this device comes with a 50 megapixel AI camera. It comes with f1.8 aperture. Then you get a 2 megapixel bokeh sensor which is f2.4 aperture. Now on the front panel you get a 8 megapixel HD selfie camera with f2.05 aperture. So that's the camera hardware of the device. Let's go straight into the camera samples to see how it performs. So in terms of daylight conditions, you can see here there is good amount of details on offer. The colors are nice and wide and there is no oversaturation issues, and overall the detailing looks good. The dynamic range looks okayish, but at times it does suffer from issues with the dynamic range processing, but most of the time it does give a good details overall. So at this price segment, we feel Vivo T4x does a quite good job. The exposure levels, the white balance, everything looks quite good for the price segment it is being offered. So in terms of daylight conditions, there isn't much to complain. Now when it comes to close-up images, you can see here once again it does a pretty good job. Now there is no ultra-wide angle camera on this device. Now moving on to the portraits, you can see that portraits came out quite well. The bokeh effect doesn't look that convincing and the skin tones are not very accurate. At times you can see here it has the overexposed issue, while in indoor it produces pretty good results. But overall I would say it's quite a decent camera. You can't get consistent portraits from this, but more or less you can get decent amount of portraits and bokeh effect using the portraits camera. Now next let's go to the low light experience. Now you can see here in indoor lighting it does produce a decent result, but there is no optically made stabilization and hence you can see that it's not very sharp, but details looks quite good when night mode is turned on, and it doesn't overexpose the sky. It looks pretty much good, and for the price segment it is being offered, it produces decent results overall. So I would say it's kind of decent experience in terms of low light conditions, and it won't disappoint most of the users because at a 12 to 13,000 price segment or even less than 15,000 price segment, these are decent results overall. Let's move on to the selfie camera. Now the 8 megapixel shooter is quite once again a decent looking one. The skin tones are quite acceptable I would say, but overall details looks okayish, but then the sharpness levels and dynamic range was okayish once again. The skin tones are not very accurate, especially when there is a change of lighting. The skin tones and the exposure levels are not very accurate, but I would say it's a decent camera in this price segment. Don't get too much of expectations from the selfie camera because the edge detection in the portrait selfies are not that impressive. Now that is the selfie camera. Let's move on to the video recording of this device. Now it can record videos in 4K 30 fps, which is quite good. While there is no optically image stabilization, there is electronic image stabilization. It does a decent job overall, but the dynamic range is not that impressive with the video recording. Now the 1080p resolution also looks very much similar to the 4K recording. Once again there is stabilization included and it does a decent job overall, but then I would say the dynamic range and color reproduction is not very impressive, although it is satisfactory at this price segment. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Vivo T4x, which can record videos in 1080p resolution, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the videos and also the audio output. So that is a detailed camera review of the Vivo T4x. So summing up, Vivo T4x has a decent camera I would say. It may not be the best camera out there below the 15,000 price segment, but it won't disappoint. The primary camera does a quite good job in terms of daylight conditions. Even low light was quite okay for the most part. The portraits were not very consistent but manageable. The selfies also was quite decent overall. So it might be above average camera in this price segment, but it may not be the best camera in this segment. So that is a detailed camera review. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. What do you guys think about the cameras on the Vivo T4x? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.